Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today we have the Leviathan. This is currently in the shop for the Halloween event, and I don't know. I have my own take on this ship. We'll get into it here. For the commander, whatever you normally use for American commanders, honestly, I'm using New Jersey with Arthas. I really liked that build recently, with flammable cannoneer, gyrating drill bits, firefighter. Don't you love it? And fight fire with fire. Now, Leviathan. It's in North Carolina, guys. And they're exactly the same. The only thing is, it's premium, so better, um, you get better credits and XP for it. Now, I want to be very clear, as you can see here, there is no significant differences on this ship, right? This is in North Carolina. This is same thing, right? Exact same stats. I went and looked at everything. It is the same hull, same everything. Now, why is this important? Because this is going to be a significant amount of your Halloween credits, right? To get this thing, if you're able to get it even free, which I don't know that you can without the campaign boost. But anyway, here, guys. So for my upgrades, I'm using AA firing guns and propulsion mod 2 and concealment mod 3 as always. So reason for the AA mod, you could take turret reverse, but it's an American battleship. I'm going to put AA on it so I don't ever see a carrier match. Okay, so uh, loadouts. You have 3 good heals. That is one thing about the ship. They are solid heals. And you can do catapult fighters, spotter planes, or the enhanced secondary targeting. For specs, you have 58,000 health. Not super amazing, not super terrible. You do have 16-inch guns, which a lot of people are going to be like, oh, 16-inch guns at tier 6, it's awesome. Not really. You got to think Nelson, Collinwood. I mean, every Japanese ship in the game. There's a lot of stuff with 16-inch guns at the tier, or a significant amount. Colorado, North Carolina, the igneous Pervertus ship that's American. Honestly, guys, this is not nothing special. And if you can get the guns that hit, they do damage, right? But reloads in 30 seconds, 17, 2 on your firing range are decent. So these are the second series of in the game, I guess. I call it what I would call these are the Mark Sixes. So they are the same as exact same as North Carolina. Also Alabama, Massachusetts, but they're more accurate on Alabama and Massachusetts. So just keep that in mind. This is not. These guns are nothing. If you get Citadels and if you get a good salvo out of them, they're solid. A defense. This is normally 90, I believe, without the module. But honestly, I like being able to defend myself against planes, and it does. It 100% does. I think I've had 1 or 2 aircraft carrier matches in it, but trust me, the AA defense is solid. Especially if you have the AA defense mod or that upgrade. Maneuverability, pretty average in a lot of ways. It's a little slow for top speed, but being an American Dreadnought fan, that's plenty enough for me as long as you know how to position yourself. And concealment 12-4, so it's not terrible there. Statistics, this is going to make you guys laugh, right? I couldn't remember why I sold this ship last year, guys. And now I know why. Because this at this tier, these North Carolina, Colorado as well, but them are the Mark Fives, so they're not the exact same. But at this tier, the North Carolina and this thing are wildly inconsistent with their guns. Am I saying they're the worst ship in the game? No, but now I remember why I sold it, because this ship now doesn't offer anything unique. It literally just is a North Carolina premium. And 33% win rate, you'd be like, oh, you've had some bad teammates. Not really. It's been pretty average. I mean, the other thing about this main gun accuracy, guys, is I've been up close and personal on this ship. I had two matches to start with that were terrible, where I ended up with like a 24% main gun accuracy, and I realized very quickly I'm not going to be able to snipe with this. Why is that a problem? These are the Mark 6 16-inch guns. They lob a little bit. They're not the Iowa guns, and they even lob. But my point is you can Citadel stuff at distance. You can't hit stuff at distance with this thing. So I don't know why, but Tier 6 American battleships do not get along. And before you say, oh, it's just you, I mean, I have 3 world records. Well, I've had 3 world records in American battleships. So it's not like I don't know how to play these things. So, um, and it just you can see the potential damage. It can take a beating. I'll give it that. It's a tough ship. Okay, um, if you angle right, but you can just see this thing is just rough. I mean, I'm gonna have a clip here right after we look at the armor, where you can just see it, and it's not even like the worst accuracy I've had in it, but you're gonna see what I'm talking about. So armor, it's actually not bad. Now just keep in mind the one thing with this ship, this is a weird thing about this ship. You can say this about some ships, but in this one in particular, if you get in a tier 5 match, it can be very good. If you get in a tier 7 match, however, it can be rough because everything overmatches you. Actually, almost everything at tier 6 overmatches you. Uh, so you can lose that takiness going bowing if you're not careful. So the your bow and stern is 25. What does that mean? Everything over 14 inches can overmatch you. So 14 can't, but everything over that 14 mark can. All right. So just be careful with that. It actually does though. Like if you angle, this thing's a tough ship. It is. The Citadel isn't way out of the water or nothing. It's not bad on that fact. Now, this is the first match I shoot in a mono 11 kilometers away. We don't hit nothing. I'll be honest, my biggest weakness in this game is accuracy, right? If a ship doesn't have the greatest accuracy, I have a tendency to struggle in it. And this, for a American battleship, is pretty bad. About I can't really think of any ship offhand that's worse for American battleship for accuracy. This, North Carolina, Colorado, all pretty rough, right? So we're going to take another shot. We're going to get one hit. Okay? Now, somebody who hasn't been spotted yet, because that other battleship's obviously too far away, definitely got a nice Citadel. I must have been through my bow or whatever, but kudos to them. Alright? Also, I get caught sometimes too, guys. Right? It happens. And that's actually was me, not the ship, right? So I probably should have, if I'd known that guy was there or seen them coming, which I didn't, I would have angled. But again, we're gonna hit 2 shells. None of these shots we're taking are long distance. It's not like we're trying to snipe in this match. All right, we're 3 minutes in. We've hit 3 shells. That is not a good rate. Obviously, we see these shells coming. Obviously, my teammates, I had a Riga that rushed in and a destroyer that went to the middle of the map right away. Not super amazing, and not gonna be. There we go. As we get a little shell on the Siegfried. I mean, when it hits, it does okay, but obviously here I'm trying to sneak and get rid of the Siegfried. It's only 11 kilometers. It's not like I'm sniping at 18 kilometers with this thing, right? They're pretty close. Should not have no problems. This I think is going to be the best salvo of them all. Oh, yeah, we hit 2 shells, 1 bounces, 1 full pins. We throw 1 at a mono. But at this point, we know it's pretty much done for us here. There's not a whole lot we're going to do. We're on a damage con. There's fire starters everywhere. And to Siegfried's credit, Siegfried switches, I believe, to AP on me, and then does get me. We have a broadside of mono at 11 kilometers. Oh well. This thing will, if you catch people, you'll scare the crap out of them, and then they'll just laugh. Alright, so is this the worst ship in the game? No, not at all. So we're at Shattered here for the second game, and you can see this is going to show the accuracy of these guns, guys. I'm going to play really close in. Alright, so out of these two games, you're going to remember this. 2 games, I take 2 shots that are longer than 13 kilometers. 2 shots. Between the 2 matches, I only hit like 29 shells or something. Between the 2 matches, right? So we're going to have asking the Summers to spot the center for me. You can tell he's going to run off to the side. So, and he's going to dump torps and almost run into the island. So, that being said, we know we got to be real careful because that's the guy we have help from. Alright, so, or not have help from because he's going to run away. So, this ship, I've been playing more aggressive. As you can see, there's a Roma. I figure he's going to take off. He does have propulsion mods, so he gets a pretty good start. But you can see there's Strasbourg. Now, I'm not worried about Strasbourg. He doesn't overmatch me. I can angle, but you can see there's a Z71. So I'm a little careful here of torpedoes coming, but you'll see off to the right, I can see the destroyer coming. I'm just going to look where the other one is. And then I notice that destroyer coming, and I just go full bore in, right? We got to get rid of this destroyer. And actually, we're going to get the best salvo out of any salvo I've seen today out of this. We're going to hit 2 shells at 8 kilometers. Again, guys, is it the worst ship in the game? No. Is it? If you're used to American battleships, this is pretty bad, though. It feels more like an Italian. Obviously, we know the torps are coming, so we stay bow in, and we get lucky enough to not get hit by any. So I kind of figured we get hit by one there. You can do your best to stay straight on, and we do help get rid of that destroyer, but when torps are coming, as you can see, my eyes light up here because that is a Japanese cruiser broadside 8 kilometers. Wow, I should be able to dev strike this. It's 8 kilometers away, right? I will say it doesn't end up being the worst shot in the world. We know he's going to move forward, so we're going to go ahead and lead him a little bit. And at 7 kilometers, we hit 3 shells. Now we see North Carolina in, and you're going to see me back up. Why is that? This is a very good way to get yourself in trouble. You're going to realize very quickly I backed up at the right moment here in this match. So, and again, we're about taking Strasbourg because I'm not really scared of him, and I'm just making sure nothing else is coming in. I'm trying to stay as angled as I can to the battleship on my right. Again, we know torps are coming. Obviously, we're not moving, so there's not a whole lot we're going to be able to do this set. We're going to start to back up, and we're still going to eat 2. So, not the end of the world, but you can see it's put us in quite the pickle. There's the North Carolina. I'm going to try to get over to him, but he's going to get behind the island here, and before we can get a shot. And obviously, you can see we backed up in the right moment here because we now have 2,000 health. And with Strasbourg is there. So I could shoot here, but that's a poor decision because I'm about to ready to go out of range to be spotted by Strasbourg. So we at 12-4. I need to get back up and heal. That's why you see me backing up. I am just doing my best to heal. So I'm not completely out of this fight. So we're until the York pops up, and then I gotta take that shot. You can't not take that shot. He's spotting me, and we need to go ahead and get rid of him. Now we're angled really well to Strasbourg, so I'm not worried. And we go dark, and we're gonna back up. Yeah, hopefully I don't sound too critical of this ship, but for me, this feels like an Italian battleship. Has its tanky moments. Don't give up broadsides. And don't shoot far, because it ain't happening. Alright, we take a shot at... This is the second shot that's over 13 kilometers. Clearly, we're not going to hit anything at 13 kilometers or more. But you can see we're 5 minutes into this match. Oh, you can see I got radared, so I check who it is. It's Belfast, so I know exactly where Belfast is. He is... Oh, there it is. There's the radar. So, and then you'll see here in a second, I check to see what has a radar. It's Belfast. I am definitely not scared of Belfast, or he shouldn't be in this ship, right? So we have an idea where he is. If he radared me, he's probably on the other side of the island to my right. So we're going to get ready to work our way that way here in a second. But I am trying to back up to get ready to get a heal. And just make sure nobody's coming into that thing, or back into the cap. And the one thing is my map awareness was not ideal. I did not realize that the BA Turpits was rushing in. Oh, that's not who's spotting me. Okay, so my map awareness was fine. Somebody else was spotting me there. Probably a destroyer. We're going to go ahead and take a shot at BA Turpits at 12 kilometers. Now, to be fair, I get pretty lucky. It's a Turpit, so I should have probably got hit there. We do get 3 shells. That's going to be probably our best salvo of the entire game. And we are going to go ahead, in fact, and move up. So, we're going to go where we think the cruiser is. Obviously, we've also lost that right flank, so I'm going to try to get over there and help out, and maybe try to sneak up and get some crossfires. I am spotted, so again, I know there's somebody close enough to me to spot me, and we're going to go ahead and get rid of York. I did use my spotter plane just because I figured if I only had a shell or 2 hit, I'm going to be in a world of hurt. So we are going to go ahead and move around this. Now, so we are, what, 7 minutes in, and I've hit 15 shells, guys. And I know you guys are thinking, oh, yeah, oh, there we go. There's some torpedoes. Actually didn't expect them. I thought it was good enough away, but I was not. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, it's not always. No, it's pretty much always in the ship. Can you get a really good game out of this? Absolutely. I wouldn't doubt it all when it behaves, and these are American 16-inch guns. When they sit it out, they do a significant amount of damage. If everybody goes broadside to you under 9 kilometers, you could probably have a really good game. Outside of that, it's going to be probably pretty rough. So, as you're going to see here, we're going to just go ahead and push up around this corner. The other downside to this, now I'm used to American dreadnoughts and battleships. They're not the fastest. Iowa obviously is pretty quick, but for the most part, I'm used to the speed not being ideal on these. So we're going to go ahead, turn in on Belfast here, and go ahead and wait. Now, he's shooting his guns, and he smokes up. What does that tell you? He's probably not a great player. This isn't a rip on him, but if you're shooting your guns and getting detected in smoke, that means you don't know. You're probably not the world's best player. Also, I'm not shooting at this angle because I probably bounce a lot of shells here. I'm going to wait for him to turn in a little bit. And at 3 kilometers, we do get actually enough shells on him to do a significant amount of damage, but not enough to finish him. To be honest, I really thought he was dead there. I thought we were going to actually get a good salvo and he was going to be completely gone. And so I just assumed he was going to be dead, and he doesn't. So, but we do get the assist. Our teammate does actually finish him off. I was really hoping our secondaries got him there, but anyway, guys, this is just a premium North Carolina, and I would not go out of my way to get this in a shop. You maybe save up for something else that you want on the Halloween event. Wouldn't be this. I understand why I sold it now, kind of last year. I don't know. I don't normally sell ships for being bad or good, but this offers nothing. It's in North Carolina, and it offers nothing unique about it. You know, it's a premium North Carolina. That's it. It doesn't have anything different than North Carolina. When ships are exactly the same, I have a tendency not to be super interested in them, as you can see by this game. We only hit 21 shells, and that's what I mean. When you get them to hit, I still did 92,000, but you got to get them. You got to get them to hit is the real problem. You know, and we clearly helped our team lose in this match. So, anyway, hopefully you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time, folks. Have a good one.